guys on a little bit of a ride.
What's going on, guys? New video today. If you saw my last post, it was not really a video. It was more like it was trying to be a short, but like 5 minutes kind of short. It was me riding to go get mail on my OneWheel. Like I said, I have one right here, and at the moment it is my favorite thing to do riding around in Florida. My favorite thing to do right now at the moment is go around on the OneWheel with my cousin and my uncle. But anyways, let me tell you the story of how I got a OneWheel. My friend had a OneWheel Pint that he was not using as much as he did. It had about 30 miles before I bought it, and it was in a really good shape. But now fast forward, I want to say a week after he let me borrow it, I texted him and was like, hey, I'll buy it from you right now. So I went ahead and bought it right before I left for Florida, and my uncle told me to bring it to Florida, so I went ahead and brought it over here. And it's my favorite thing to ride around the park, ride to the park, ride to the amenity center, and honestly just ride around and cruise and do whatever I want with it. Let's talk about the OneWheel Pint. The OneWheel Pint is the budget-oriented side of OneWheel. So say that there was a couple OneWheels right before the Pint came out. There was the original OneWheel, and then the OneWheel XR came out, and then the OneWheel Plus XR, which is the extended range, and then the Pint came out. This thing has, or does, 14 to 16 miles an hour speed-wise, and it has a 6 to 8 mile an hour range. 6 to 8 miles is actually a fair good amount. After riding those 6 miles, I am like tired, or either my feet are cramping or my legs are cramping, or I'm tired in general. So much fun. But let's talk the reason why I wanted to talk about the OneWheel, and I know it came out, there's many videos about this OneWheel, but I want to talk about why this is, in my opinion, the best, most fun board you can buy compared to like boosted board or any other electric skateboard or scooters or go-karts. The OneWheel Pint is somewhat not too expensive. I know $1,000 is still very expensive and very pricey, but if you look at the newer one that just came out, $2,200 is a little bit too expensive. But the OneWheel Pint is honestly the most fun I've had in a long time. It's the most fun to just go straight down the road, like 14, 15 miles an hour, right as pushback starts hitting you, and it's cruising, just cruising down the road. People look at you weird because it looks like you're floating, but not the point. It's the most fun you'll have. My point is, it's so much fun to use. And if you saw me riding, I always just have a smile on my face while riding. Too much fun. Can't get injured. If you look at me right now, I am healing from my first OneWheel injury. That was painful, but not the point. Once you get a hang of it, get the hang of it and learn a little bit more, it's just so much fun. And I just love riding it around. I'll go get the mail from my uncle, I'll go hang out with my little cousin, I'll take him biking down to the park where I am right now, and we'll just honestly go play basketball, go in the park, go play some soccer, whatever else you want to do about it. But the OneWheel Pint is my favorite thing at the moment, especially for $800, but for that price, I could not beat the $700 range, the $700 that he was offering me for this OneWheel, which only, remind you, only had 30 miles on it. I put about 110 miles on it already, 110 110 miles. Yeah, 110, 115 miles on it already. And their app isn't too bad. Let's talk about the app here. Yes, my board's name is Sexy Man Mango. Don't. That's an inside joke for me. I just wrote it here, so I did. Here's my 139 miles on its whole life. Really fun to play around with. My top speed was 21 miles an hour. What else? I did 20 miles this week. Last week I did 24. My life is about 130, as I said. Tells you your regen. If you do end up getting some regen from like hills, your range depending on how far you're riding and how hard you're riding, and then your percentage usage depending on how far you're pushing. But I just can't get off this thing. I will be doing a little bit more mods to this later on. As you can see, I already did one pretty big mod here. I added a side guard. This was red originally. I also added a GoPro mount. I added I think these are called like, what are these called? These are from the Float Life. And then I also have a float plate solo from I bought both of these things from Craft and Ride. I think it was like $100 total, which wasn't too bad. With this kit I also did, or with the OneWheel that I bought, I also got the fender, which is actually really nice. The mag handle, it's a little crusty, I can clean that off a little bit later. But honestly, it's just so much fun to ride. Not, as I said, single go-kart tire, and it's just so much fun. There's not really much to say about this OneWheel other than if you have enough money and not going to be going into debt to buy this thing, I really think it's worth it. Let's go ahead and ride back home. Did wipe out a couple times, but we don't talk about that.
Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe.
And leave a comment down below if you're gonna go buy a OneWheel. Thank you guys.